Hello everyone, Lorenzo here. Welcome to another video. Today we're racing in the Ferrari GT3 Challenge at Spa. I love this track and I love this car. And guess what? When you put them together, they go beautifully. This was an absolutely gorgeous drive. I really enjoyed it, and so I wanted to bring you this video. I hope that you enjoy it too. If you do, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We are starting in P7 and we're gonna try and get into the top 5 here. Let's see if we can do it.
Here we go, be ready.
Alright everybody, we're about to go green. Think the leaders have punched it.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
It's clear on my left, but I'll stick to the inside line.
Left side.
As tight as possible around the wall. And now we need to try and get in line for the Eau Rouge and Radillon segment. We don't want anybody getting on our inside there because it will slow us down dramatically. A little bit of a lift on cold tires.
Starts okay.
Narrowly avoided an off track, but was a very good line through the chicane. Approaching Les Combes, this is always a very dangerous area of the track. On cold tires, we're gonna slow the car down carefully. Make sure we keep the doors closed behind. Looking out always ahead for some carnage, potential carnage, which is very common here at in lap 1 at Spa. So far so good. Incident behind, I'm not exactly sure what happened. We also saw a driver pull off at Les Combes. I think he must have had a slowdown penalty. Tehong and Brooker behind are side by side battling, which is really good for us because that allows us a little bit of a break. And the key now is for me to really try and stay in touch with the guys ahead. We really want to try and use the draft from Tupal ahead to try and get away from Tehong behind. Hopefully Brooker will put pressure on Tehong behind us so that they can allow us to build a little bit of a comfortable gap and focus on moving forward. We're coming down to the end of the first lap, and let's see in which position we're in, guys. So it looks like we're still in P7, same position as where we started. I thought that was a pretty solid lap 1. And indeed, looking back at the first lap of this race, we can be quite happy with how it went. We unfortunately did lose one position on the home straight, but we gained it back as Wade Phillips cut the corner at Radillon and got a slowdown penalty, so that was an easy position for us to pick off. And for the rest of the lap, there were actually no incidents except for Andrea Faslic, who unfortunately lost his Ferrari going down through Bruxelles. So that was a clean first lap, but things are about to get spicier as I try to push my way into the top 5 of this race. Let's rejoin the live action in lap 2. Let's see if we can try and make a move here coming into Les Combes. We're pulling up on draft. He's closing the door.
Car right. Clear right.
Obviously that was not going to work as he defended quite well. So we don't want to waste too much time. We're gonna tuck in behind again. Continue trying to make progress away from the cars that are chasing me. Let's put as much pressure as possible on Tupal, see if maybe we can force him into an error. He's at a bit of a wide line there. His car got unsettled over on the curb. I'd say we're doing a pretty good job staying as close to him as possible, putting pressure on him. So let's keep doing this. If I manage to have the red line through Eau Rouge and Radillon in the next lap, I might be able to overtake him on the Camel Straight. So I really want to try and set up the overtake. He's taking a defensive line and is actually completely yielded the corner, it looks. So
Nice one, mate.
we didn't even have to wait too long to try and make the move.
Just done a 219.1.
But it's also possible that he's doing this strategically so that he can draft me
20.6.
here at the Camel Straight. So I'm gonna have to be very careful here for a counter attack from Tupal here.
10 minutes left.
Clean line through the S's, but as expected, he's gonna be pushing, he's gonna be trying to overtake me here. We're gonna keep the door nice and closed. Braking a little bit late, but not too late.
Car left. Clear left.
There was a tiny bit of contact as he's tried to stick his nose into my left side there. But we defended our position successfully there.
Use all the track. Force them to find the gap.
The issue is that if I don't create a little bit of a gap to him, this is just going to keep happening, and we don't want that. We really want to try and brake as clear as possible. And fortunately, with some consistency, we managed to do exactly that. By the end of lap 5, I was 1 second clear. This allowed me to focus on looking forward, hit my markers, and try and close the gap to the car ahead, to try and clinch that top 5 in the final stages of this race. Speaking of the car ahead, Fleming Furman in P5 makes this mistake coming into the chicane at the end of lap 5, and this allowed me to get right behind his rear bumper. At this point I was excited because I know that if I'm right behind him I can try to draft him and overtake him on the Camel Straight, which is a classic move here at Spa. Let's see if I manage. After that mistake, he might be maybe a bit down on confidence. I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling super good with this car at this track. The gap behind is now almost 2 whole seconds. And so I feel that this will be a great moment to try and make a move on Furman ahead. The draft is pulling us towards him. We're gonna stay behind. I wanted to try and brake later. Wanted to try and intimidate him. But he actually stayed very composed through that corner. Whew. Very well done to him with the defense. And of course, as the white flag unfolded for the final lap of this race, I tried again to overtake him on the Camel Straight, but unfortunately I was too far behind and I wasn't able to pull the move. And so, after a 15-minute race and 0 X's, which means my cleanest race so far this season, I finished in P6. I am very happy with this result, because it was a nice clean race with good battles, no nonsense, one very nice overtake that I really enjoyed, managed to pull away from my rival behind, and even almost managed to get into the top 5. On top of that, I gained 43 iRating, which, if I am not mistaken, will get me very close, if not just over, the 2K mark. So that is very, very nice, guys. I really enjoyed this race, and I hope that you did too. If you did, please consider leaving a like, consider subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.